How do you think everything went today?
Really good day. All three phases, we got a lot of work in. We set out to accomplish, right, working a lot of situational football, and we were able to do that. Thought it was a clean practice on both sides. A lot of competitive juices flowing on both sides as well. So it was really good work. Happy that we were able to get that work in today.
What do you see as the biggest benefit of having practices like this?
The biggest benefit of this is we get to go against a different team, right, different schemes, all three phases, and just see different players. Like we have our matches where we go one-on-ones or whatever it may be, but it's always the same receivers, same corners. So now our guys get the opportunity to get as many reps as possible against a different player, right, and to see, how they run routes, right, to see how they come off the ball as a D-line and how we need to protect. So it was really beneficial in that regard.
You and McVay helped embrace kind of before practice. What's y'all's relationship like? In these situations, do you kind of like to see how other coaches work?
With myself and McVay, we've established a really good relationship from our time going against each other in San Francisco for, I think, 6 or 7 years, right, going against each other. And, it's mutual respect, really respect the program that he runs there and how he has his guys prepared and ready to go play. And he shares the same sentiment with me. He's always encouraging, always uplifting. After we played a game, always found a way to find each other after the game, right, and talk. So really respect what he's done in his league. He's winning, did what we're all trying to do. He's winning one it all, right, and he's done it really well and been successful for many years as a young head coach in this league.
How beneficial is it for these rookies to have this type of practice setting and you be able to teach them like that?
It's big for all of our guys, not only rookies, it's the entire team. I think everybody benefits from this. Like you just seeing different things. Like they know our offense kind of knows what we're running. They know our coverages. They know, like, we try to disguise. They kind of know our disguises. So after a few weeks of that, it kind of gets monotonous. So being able to go against a different team, it breaks the monotony of camp.
DeMeco, I've heard a number of your players talk about how not everyone could play here. What do you think it's about what you guys have here that's unique?
For me, it's just a style of play. Right, it's how we play. It's a relentless style of play. It's a swarming mentality from all of our entire team, and it's hard here. Right, first starting with the conditions in which we work in. It's not the same anywhere else. Right, we work in different conditions. It's a little tougher. Guys have to be able to handle that. And the biggest thing is not complaining about it. Like, we're going to work hard. We're going to be physical. We're going to play fast. We're going to practice fast. And guys, if you're about that, then you could probably make it here.
What are the biggest things you're looking for in the last preseason game on Saturday?
This last preseason game, really looking forward to the guys who get the reps, seeing them grow and improve. Right now, it's that kind of like that final exam. Right, we've been going for about a month here in training camp, and all of the coaching points and all the tips we've been giving guys. Like, can you go out and pass this final exam? Like, how much have you grown? How much have you learned? And can you showcase that, right, on the big stage?
Saw Mason make some plays in the pass game. What do you think about his ability as a back to make plays as a receiver?
Yeah, Joe, as a receiving running back, that's what sets him apart. Everybody understands the running game, how physical he is, and how he's able to gain yards. Even when it's not blocked well, he can still gain yards. But he has really good hands out of the backfield, and he's a guy that if it's not open down the field, we can take the ball down, and he's a reliable guy who can get us explosives in the passing game as well.
DeMeco, excluding the upcoming game Saturday, does this type of practice from a coaching perspective give y'all a lot more to really evaluate players on as opposed to being at the game?
Yeah, great question. There's no doubt about it. This gives us a lot to evaluate from for our guys, like seeing how they handle different situations, seeing how they handle different looks from an offensive perspective and a defensive perspective, and you see who's steady in those moments, and you see who's still kind of swimming and trying to figure it out. So it really helps us to see all of the rules and things we've been teaching, like, are guys able to stick to it, or do they kind of waver? So this is a really great evaluation tool to see us going against another NFL opponent.
There was a play afterwards where we saw McVay walking across the field talking to CJ, obviously giving him some input. He's just like the teacher in him. Is that the kind of thing you like about dealing with a coach like that?
Yeah, I love working with McVay. He's always upbeat. He's high energy. He's always encouraging, always teaching. Like even if whatever it is, defensively, like, hey, great play, hey, or offensively, like the guy's just full of energy. He's a positive guy. He's a guy I love to be around because he's always coaching, always teaching. But you can tell this guy loves football, right? And whether it's encouraging CJ or uplifting Pitre, like that's what he's about, and that's why he's been a successful coach in the league.
Xavier Hutchinson and Robert Woods. What did you see from those guys? What they were doing?
Hutchinson and Rob Woods, they've been making plays all camp. And it's the same today, guys. We've been consistent and made plays all throughout camp. There's two guys you can count on, Hutch and Woods. They've been making plays, so no surprises that they made plays today for us. It's hard for me to say right now. It's a lot of football for me bouncing back and forth on both fields. We have to go back and watch the film.
We'll close with Cody and Will.
Has Jalen Pitre settled into that slot corner, walk down role that you guys have kind of used him in camp so far? Has he settled in like you wanted to?
Jalen has done a great job. He's been one of our most consistent players throughout camp, and I'm excited with what Jalen has done, and just bright future ahead of him based off what he's done so far in this camp. He's had a really great camp, and that should lead to a really good season for him.
Last one, CJ gonna play Saturday?
Say it again?
CJ play Saturday?
Whatever you think. What do you think? All right, I'm out.
They kind of did a good job of taking up here and ramping you up to the point you're at now. How do you feel now, and how did you feel about the plan to kind of ease you into the camp to get you right?
No, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to DeMeco and Nick Caserio for just taking care of me. Coming off off-season surgery with my knee, got that cleaned up and rolled with the plan that the Texans gave me, so I appreciate it so much.
What have you seen from rookie Blake Fisher, and how has he been able to
Dog.
get that brain?
He's a dog, man. He's a dog. I like Blake. He works hard. He studies hard, and he gets it done, man. So I like Blake a lot.
Year two with CJ, obviously year one was a hit. What do you see from him for second year?
I think we all see with CJ, he's going to be a baller, man. CJ, his leadership, his skills, we know CJ's going to get it done.
These offensive line rankings, so you have a little fun on social media over the summer. What do you make of that stuff? Do you think they watch every offensive line and break it down?
Who is this, PFF? Who was the rankings, PFF? I don't know. I don't want to say too much on that, but it's whatever. We just got to go out there and work hard and get it done.
How good was it to have that whole offensive line unit back last week and that continuity that you all have built up heading into this game?
No, I appreciate it so much because I haven't had that in my career, actually. I think it's one of the first times that I had a back-to-back starting O-line. So, I appreciate that so much.
LT, I've heard some of your teammates talk about how not everyone can play here. As someone who's been in another place, what can you say about what is here that's maybe not
everybody can play for this system. Under DeMeco, we come out every day, we work hard, and you're gonna get the reps. Tough-nosed football. If you're not built for that, don't come this way.
From an individual standpoint, do you feel on top of your game, like you're getting better every year?
I feel like I'm getting better every year, man. I'm solid. I'm in a good spot right now, mentally and physically. And some things I'm always going to improve on, of course. Just revving me back up. I should be ready week one for the Colts. Good? Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Larry.
connection that you and Diggs are making, how has that improved over training camp?
It's improved drastically. I think, me and him kind of already had a natural connection on the field, and, we just built it and built it and built it. So I think you've seen it on the field of just, just reps after rep after rep, just me and him having a conversation, talking about things we like, we don't like, and just being transparent. But, it's going to continue to grow, and, it's going to be a special connection.
CJ, after one of the plays, Sean McVay kind of was walking with you and talking to you. Could you share with us what he told you, and how valuable is that, or nice to have the opposing coach kind of helping you out like that?
Yeah, I'm super, I'm a bit of a super fan of his, the type of scheme he runs, the way he calls it, the way he uses guys in motion, and just a whole bunch of different things. And he just seems like a good guy, and he just had some tips, some pointers. Also showed me a lot of love, which I appreciate. But I appreciate him more than he knows. Just watching film, not even knowing him, just like getting better from the stuff that he does in that offense, along with Matt and those guys. So it's definitely just an honor just to know that he knows me, which is a dope.
How much does it help? How much does it help having a practice like today? What do you take away from enjoying practice?
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of breaks camp up, like it's been a long camp. It's been a great camp though, a lot of good on good. Like I think we have one of the best defenses in the league, and they keep us honest. Also, we have our days. It's always back and forth, so like that's what you want. You don't want it to be one-sided. And today kind of was good to see a new structure, a new type of defense. And I thought we handled it well. It's ups and downs. We got to get better in a lot of different areas, but ultimately I think today we got what we needed and what we wanted.
About Matt Stafford, they really talked about the first time they really noticed him being loaded and expect motion.
The first thing that jumps off from him is just his toughness. Like, man, he's tough as nails. Like, I remember watching the mic'd up with him. He broke his shoulder or something weird like that. And he finished the drive, and his shoulder was down there falling out of place. And I just respect that, because it's not easy. And just how he manipulates guys with his eyes, his drops, his arm angles. Man, I've been a fan of Matt Stafford for a long time, and I wasn't trying to be like a fanboy today, but I asked him a lot of questions. Just try to just learn, and he was really honest with me and wasn't like mean, which I appreciate. So definitely a huge fan of his, one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, and to like share a feel with him was dope.
What's the continuity like, or what has it been like since you've had your entire offensive line on the back?
It's been great. Those guys are, working through, coming off of some surgeries and things like that. But, they've bought in, and, we're doubling down. As you can see, the run game is starting to pick up, and Joe is doing a great job with that, and DP, and Dar and all those boys, Cam and all them. But, it starts up front. They're the heartbeat of our team, O-line and D-line. So to have all those guys back has definitely been a huge plus.
You had mentioned the five-headed monster earlier in camp. You've been on the field the last 2 days with Joe's return. Are you getting more excited about what y'all can do to see?
Yeah, man, it's exciting. Very exciting.
What's it like having a veteran like Robert Woods to be that guy that mentors and also can still play at a high level?
Yeah, he's a great mentor, a great just human, somebody who I've got to spend some time with off the field, in the off season, and just a family man, loves his daughter, loves his wife, but also comes in and puts his head down and works. One of the hardest workers I know, but definitely a great leader. Somebody everybody look up to, and we call him Unc, but he still got some play left.
What's it like balancing your leadership on this team, and you have Diggs and Mixon come in who've been captains? What's it like just making all of that kind of gel to where it's still your squad, but you're taking in what they've learned?
Football. It's not give and take. It's just me being myself, them being them, and coming together as one. It's not about me, Joe, Steph, LT, nobody. It's about the team. We have a ton of great leaders, and I'm actually grateful because I don't always have to be the vocal one. I can lead by example, also be vocal, but somebody else to say something to somebody. Like Dalton, Aziz. A lot of guys are stepping up a lot of different ways. So. I'm not selfish with leadership. I want everybody to be, have a say-so, and the more guys, the better,
A lot of your teammates, you guys have high expectations for what you guys can do. Obviously, the talent shows throughout training camp, but talking to other guys, it seems like the reason why, another reason why they have high expectations because of your ability. How good does it feel to know that you have the entire belief of the team behind you?
It's something I don't think I necessarily came in with last year, but, it's a new year, and I think I put it on the field last year, but also this camp, I think I've had a a decent camp of just getting better and better and better and like learning from my mistakes, not making the same mistake twice, and just making plays. And I feel like those guys are, I feel like NFL, like they won't listen to you unless you make plays. So for me, it's just having some, something to show for it, and building that trust also off the field, which I always talk about. But it's very honoring for me to have guys like that I grew up watching. Like, I grew up watching Joe, grew up watching Dog, Steph, LT, and like to be the teammates and be able to, have respect for those guys means the world.
A lot of your teammates have talked about how like not everyone could play here. To you, what makes this place unique, and then what does it maybe take to maintain that standard, like not let cracks get into armor?
Well, you was out here today. It's hot, so that's one thing. Like adjusting to the weather, and then on top of that, man, just like how we practice. We don't practice like at least I've only been on this team, but from my other guys been on other teams, we don't practice everybody else. We practice hard. And that's how I love it. That's how I did in college, and that's what I'm used to. And, I think that's what gives us our edge. And, not everybody wants to be that, So for have guys buy into that has been pretty dope. And, Coach DeMeco has been at the front of that. And, it's up to me and the rest of the leaders to be right behind them and leading the way as well. So, I think it's not meant for everybody, but the guys are here. They're meant to be here,
You talked about leadership earlier. How important is it for you to be able to get some work in with those reserve guys, some of those guys who don't get those first team reps, but have you coming in when it's time for them to be on the field?
Yeah, it's amazing because, you never know what can happen. Like last year, we had guys, get hurt, and it's bound to happen. It's a long season, and, you have to get ready to roll with anybody, And for me, that was a good learning point for me last year, was just learning from Davis and Case's advice of like, man, you don't know who you're going to be out there that week, but just, be good on your fundamentals, get the ball out early, and, and just have fun. And, like, that's what I've been doing. So
A lot about the receivers. Joe Mixon out of the backfield seems like you get more comfortable with him out of the backfield. What type of threat does he pose as a receiver out of the backfield?
He first of all, he's a great guy, somebody who loves ball, and he runs the ball really hard. He has crazy cuts and some things that I haven't seen him, in a long time. It's just he runs the ball very hard, and then you have a guy like DP who comes in behind him and does a lot of special things too. But everybody knows how special he is in every aspect. So he's a great player.
Last one.
CJ, can you compare how you felt coming out of training camp last season to how you're feeling now?
I really don't like to look back too much. I remember that I didn't think that I had much confidence after. I knew that I would, have a chance to, start, because I don't think I was named a starter yet, but I knew I had a chance to start, and, if I did get my opportunity, I was going to make the most of it. So that was like my mindset. Now it's just like, how can we start fast? Like the season start quick in Indy, at Indy. But we got to finish this week off, play against the Rams. We got to be where our feet is, and, I'm just excited because we did have a great camp.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Now here in the pros, what's the comfort level now?
Oh, I love it. I think it's a big shout out to my coaches. You know, they're doing a great job at pushing the scheme and helping me understand what, you know, my position holds and what I need to do in that position. So it's very clear. And, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to stack the days and continue to get better. I understand that I'm not going to be a finished product today and that it is a process. So I wouldn't say that I'm comfortable, but I'm definitely having fun.
You kind of relish the opportunity for contact in the run game there. You've been able to fill when some of the defensive tackles take care of business. That's something that it seems like you really like.
Oh, yeah, big shout out to the D-line, man. They make my job so easy. Like, it's a lot of things that go unseen with them, and this is the shout-out for them. So make sure that y'all put that out there because they do a lot of the dirty work to make guys like me and the back end make a lot of plays. So huge shout-out to them and our coaches, too. They do a good job at making sure that they're putting me in the right spot to make plays, and then it's just about going out there and executing them. So, yeah.
Advance his game from over the summer to where he is now?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy to see the evolution of him, and just to see how good he was when he first came in, and the evolution of his mind, understanding the scheme, and just making plays on the ball. He's always going to find the ball, and he's definitely, you know, going to go get it, and he probably going to score too because he got some nice moves after the catch. So he might be a receiver back in his day. I don't want to, y'all can fact check me, but he's probably a receiver back in the day, and he's getting busy with the ball, so it's no surprise to me how he's going up there and grabbing it.
How nice did it feel to, speaking of grabbing it, get the interception? It had been a while, you'd been close, but how good did that feel?
Oh, it felt great. You know, I was very grateful and thankful for that moment in the game, and yeah, it was a surreal moment because, like you said, it has been a minute, but big shout out to DB. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff that goes unseen. That one was pretty obvious. That wasn't Pitre making a pick six. That was DB really making a pick six. So big shout out to him. That's my dog. So thankful for that.
What can you guys accomplish from a scheme standpoint with this safety group healthy? Just the ability for Jimmy to do a lot of different things. You do a lot of different things. Kalen, E. Murray.
Oh yeah.
What did you guys accomplish schematically that maybe you weren't able to accomplish last year because guys were in and out?
Oh yeah, big shout out to E. Murray, man, and yeah, our safety room is deep and very diverse. We can all do a multitude of things, and I think that does nothing but makes offenses play honest and have to really kind of play true to their scheme and kind of know what we're doing. And that's very hard when you got 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys that can do a lot of different things. So yeah, I love my safety room. Safety coach is outstanding, and we're having a blast in those meeting rooms.
Jalen, a lot of your teammates have talked about how a lot of people couldn't play here. What do you think? I mean, I know Houston is the only place you've been in your career, but what do you think makes this place unique, the standard you guys hold yourselves to?
Yeah, I think it's the first thing I would say is the brutal honesty. A lot of people, you know, lie to themselves, and it can make you feel good, but around here that's very hard to do because, you know, the truth is pushed here, and the standard is a standard. And the coaches do nothing but uplift the standard. The best players do nothing but uplift the standard, and that does nothing but bring everybody in the room up to the standard. So there's a high standard on the Houston Texans team, and, you know, it's not easy. You know, I wouldn't say that everybody can't play here, but it's not easy. So, yeah, I'm glad that I'm a part of the team, and I'm very thankful to be a part of this team.
What's the balance between that brutal honesty, but at the same time uplifting guys to, you know, empowering them with the confidence needed to succeed?
Yeah, I think it's all about balance, and it's all about understanding that it's not personal. You know, we all have a job to do, and we all understand that it does get a little brutal at times, but at the end of the day, it's all about the betterment of the team. Like, is what you're doing helping the team, or is what you're doing, you know, making the team worse? So I think it's that simple, and yeah, it's no playing around with that. We don't do that here. Appreciate y'all. You have a good day.